This podcast is not affiliated with any Grand Lodge, and the ridiculous antics and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and should be dismissed immediately.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a very special episode of Studio 357 Masonic Podcast. I'm your host, Joe.
Producer Heath.
Co-host Jason.
And our very special guest, I'm not even really sure how to introduce you, brother, Congressman...
Brother Don. Don's good.
Don's good. Congressman Don Bacon is with us in the studio, and we're 100% not worthy.
No, that's not true.
But we're gonna make it happen anyways. As usual, we'll do a shout out to our show sponsors. We have Homeward Handyman Services, Master Mason in Omaha, Nebraska. Does great work. We're actually, if you're keeping up with the house buying saga, we are settling on an acreage, and I think Brother Mike is going to do some work for us. Mm-hmm. So
Blair's a pretty area up there. You're going to a good spot. But we'd rather have you move south.
Yeah, we're about a mile north of Skinny Bones, right off the highway. So I don't know who that was, but turn your phone down.
Mine's on vibrate.
You know, I said that. I don't even have mine. Let's see. Who else we have? BricksMasons.com. They have a lot of regalia and collectible stuff. Mm-hmm. The Insurance Center that Jason knows a little something about. You sell insurance, right?
Maybe just a little bit.
Like all kinds of insurance?
Yeah, a little bit of everything. Personal, commercial,
health,
life. Yeah.
Can I insure my face?
Maybe for $1 or something.
Right. Excellent. The Corporal Dagan Page Foundation, who everybody knows is very, very near and dear to our hearts. And our lovely Patreon supporters, which you too can be a Patreon supporter for $3, $5, or $7 a month. Mm-hmm. Only $3.
Yeah.
And it helps this show get new microphones like this and camera lenses and all that kind of good jazz. So, what have we been up to? We'll start with you, Heath.
Well, we've been looking at acreages and think we finally settled on one.
Yep.
I've been looking at new jobs and think I found one. And that's about what I've been doing. New beginnings for you, huh? Yeah. What about you, Jay?
Well, not a whole lot, other than, unfortunate heartbreak and stuff. Funeral yesterday for my boss, actually, the owner of the insurance center.
Oh, really? I'm sorry to hear that.
So his wife took over. But other than that, just kind of dealing with the upkeep of the insurance center and making all the changes necessary. So.
Does that mean you have to take on some more responsibilities?
Oh, yeah. Some of the contracts will be in my name. We've actually talked about maybe co-ownership here in the near future. So
really?
Looking forward to that.
Sorry to hear about your boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of good for you. I mean, it's look, none of us are getting out of here alive, right?
That's all you got to believe in.
Yep, absolutely.
Without faith, I'd have no hope.
Right. So what about you, Don? What have you been up to the last couple of weeks?
Well, since I announced I was going to run again, a lot of media attention.
Yeah.
And we're going back on Monday, but we voted for the big tax bill. And then I've been doing about 5 events a day back here, which sounds like a lot, but it's really not compared to what I used to do for the last 9 years. So I've been working, I feel like, third gear instead of fifth gear.
Wow.
But it'll kick back into fifth gear when I get back to DC.
I don't even like doing 5 events a week.
Yeah.
But it's sort of my job right now, to meet your
true.
constituents. But I'm not running for re-election, and that does take a little bit of the steam down, so I can sort of run at a good pace.
Yeah. All right. I've been up to pretty much the same thing as you.
Yeah.
But now it's your mother and I are looking at, this is the furniture set we want, and here's what we're going to do with this room. And we have too many rooms, which is, I guess, kind of a good problem to have.
Well, we just did this 2 years ago. We built on an acreage south of Papillion, and we're still putting up pictures and trying to get the house just right. So it takes a little while. But I do love being out in the rural area. I mean, we see deer every day. We have turkeys, a fox, see some raccoons at night.
Yeah.
And it's fun to be out there.
I'm hoping we'll have enough room and ordinances and everything where we can put in a little pistol range out there.
Yeah, I have the Sarpy County shooting range a half mile from my house.
Oh, you lucky dog.
Yes.
Nice.
Hell yeah, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we're close to the Washington County one. We just don't know it.
Maybe.
I doubt it. So let's start off with the questions. Don, what lodge do you belong to, and how long have you been a Mason?
Well, I became a Mason, I think 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, at the Waterloo Lodge. And I've sure enjoyed getting to know a lot of the people that were in that lodge, and James Wright brought me in there. I'm also a Shriner, so that's a little closer to my house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're all Shriners as well, and
I'm impressed. They got like a bar in every corner of the place.
I know
there.
it. It's great.
You don't have to go leave the building. You can go bar hopping all night.
And then I believe you are a 32nd degree Mason also, aren't you?
Yes.
Okay, Heath and I were just in the, I guess it'd be the fall class last year.
Mm-hmm.
And then we did the 5th degree this year.
I think they were helping me out a little bit to help me expedite being that I'm in DC 4 days a week, so I appreciate the helping hand. But I enjoy the people. It's great.
Yeah, you'll never meet a better group of people. Everybody says, "What's it like to be a Mason?" And I think it's the brother. You can't really put words to it.
Mm-hmm.
The brotherhood is incredible.
Mm-hmm. Has being a Freemason affected your career in any way?
I would say not, other than maybe I've met more businessmen and people that, you got a big spectrum on the political side. You got the, very liberal side, they call themselves conservatives. I don't know that I would tip up or would typecast them that way. They're a little more in the populist. So I find a lot of folks in the Masons are very similar to where I'm at, sort of an old-fashioned Ronald Reagan Republican. So I've met a lot of folks in the Masons that I guess I align with, and which has probably expanded my support base. But that's not why I'm in it. To me, I have a good time socializing.
Yeah,
The bourbon nights there are a lot of fun, and I've gone to about 3 of them now.
yeah, they are a good time. But it is funny, like you get to meet people that are, even if you differ politically or even personality-wise, you're all on the same level. You walk into that building, you can trust anybody in there. And Gabe and I met through work, but he wouldn't know anybody in our lodge. 100% he would not know anybody if it wasn't for Masonry.
Right.
And you meet some of the best friends you'll ever have in your life.
Yeah, they're good people. They have interesting stories. Many of them are entrepreneurs, so you get to hear what they're doing on what they're working on, and there are a lot of people to admire.
Absolutely. All right. What is your favorite thing about Masonry and why?
Well, I've alluded to it, but I enjoy the social. I guess I'm an extrovert. So it's fun to be out and meeting new people. They're great people. And whether it's spaghetti night at Shriners or whether it's socializing at the Waterloo Lodge, it's really the socializing I like best, and the bonding. We do dinners periodically at the Waterloo Lodge, and it's fun to hang around this great group.
Yeah, no, I agree. You meet so many people, you see them in lodge, and then we've done this. We've gone to, say, Adventureland or something like that. And you run into somebody that you haven't seen for 6 months, even though you're there, but you all remember, and you remember your conversations. It's just great.
I've been invited to a few other lodges in Omaha, and though I don't know them as well, you fit right in. I get invited to speak at a few of them, and it doesn't take long. You feel like you're one of the club there, one of the family.
Yeah, we'll get together after this. Maybe we'll get you down to Beehive Lodge.
Okay.
We're down at the right. So at least you know where that one is.
I spoke there one time.
Did you?
Well, at least the one downtown.
Yeah, right. There's 3 lodges that meet in our lodge room.
Okay.
Just different nights of the month. So, what's one thing that you heard before you came into Masonry that you're happy it's not true? It kind of alludes to like the conspiracy thing.
Right. Well, there was this little bit of a mystery. What is Masons? And I had a family member on my wife's side of the family who was not a good guy, but he was a member of the Masons. So there was a little bit of bias in my family about the Masons. But you can't judge a whole group by one person.
Right.
And we know that. And also I heard from my pastor, who I love. He said, there's a bad history with the Masons. You may not want to be a part of that. And I said, well, I've been going now for 3 or 4 years, and I haven't seen anything that goes against my faith.
Right.
So I haven't seen anything, and I read the Bible every day. I try to read 4 chapters in the Bible every morning. And I went to a Christian high school and a Christian college for a while, so I feel pretty well grounded. But I haven't seen nothing that violates my faith. And I would also point out there was things in the we're aligned with the Baptists. There's things in our Baptist history that we're not proud of. It's
Sure.
from the Civil War era. So
Yeah.
even if there was something in the past, doesn't make it true now.
Right. I like that. What brought you to Masonry?
Well, James Wright is our district director in our office, and so he is a member of the Waterloo Lodge, so is Hal Dobb. And so I got invited that way.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
In fact, Hal Dobb was there when I passed the test.
Really?
Yeah, and that was a fun day. It was my first bourbon night, and I had to go through the rite, and I had one slice of pizza all day, and I did 4 speeches. It was during campaign season. So we get done, and then there was bourbon night, and I had a couple bourbons, and it went right to my head.
I was gonna say, I bet that was enough.
One pizza slice was all I had. So
I've been there one night after one slice of pizza and some duck fart shots at the shrine.
I remember that.
That was an interesting night.
Yeah.
The outside of Dave's truck appreciates me.
yeah, the pizza I had was at lunch, but I was speaking during lunch, and then they were serving pizza. But when you're speaking, you don't get a chance to eat.
Right.
And so that was just it all day, and so I knew after a couple it was time to go home.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I bid on a USS Nebraska ship that was a model about this big,
Oh, wow.
and ended up with it.
No kidding.
So I had to tell my wife how much I bid.
$20.
It was 20 times about 80. Maybe, I don't know, something like that.
Oh, it's your turn, Bubba.
Yep. Has anyone brought up any conspiracies to you about the fraternity because you are a congressman?
Well, I did see on social media people criticize me for being a Mason, being a congressman, saying, like that puts me in some kind of like deep state kind of thing. So there's people out there that believe in some kind of conspiracy, but I've only met good people, and like I say, I'm a pretty avid, active Christian, and I haven't seen a thing that violates my faith.
Yeah.
And I would tell anybody that, but you'll see it on social media, and people smear you for whatever reason. It's an ugly.
Yeah, it's just
world
another
out
thing
there.
for them to pick at.
And as I mentioned, my pastor, who I love, he means well. I heard things about the beginnings of masonry, and I just had to assure him I haven't seen a thing
Right.
that would violate. He wouldn't feel uncomfortable with.
Mm-hmm.
And as I mentioned, even if there was something 100, 200, 300 years ago, doesn't.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, the Baptist Church sided with the South. The Southern Baptists did.
Right.
Doesn't make them guilty today.
Right. Yeah, it's no longer relevant.
Right.
So, is it your turn, Jay?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't remember things. So.
Tell us about your military career and how it paralleled your being a congressman.
Well, I first got active in politics, or at least mentally and emotionally, when Ronald Reagan ran in 1976. I was 13 years old. He ran against Jerry Ford in the primary and lost. And my grandparents and my parents were both very active volunteers. So I was caught up at 13. I believed in the philosophy of Ronald Reagan, peace through strength, standing up to the Soviet Union, pro-life, federalism, keeping power at the local and state level. I mean, just all the tenets of Goldwaterism. Reagan embodied that, and I've embraced it, and I haven't changed. Today, I pretty much have the same political compass. And then I started doing county races. I worked for a congressman at 20 years old. I was already a college graduate. Ed Madigan, he was a Republican from Illinois. He was in the leadership of the party in the House. And he ended up running against Newt Gingrich in '88, and Gingrich beat him, and then Gingrich became Speaker. So this is, my guy was the adversary on the Republican side to Newt Gingrich. But I was a 20-year-old, so I didn't know all that. But then I joined the Air Force and did that for just shy of 30 years, a couple months shy. And I got to command Offutt, got to command Ramstein. I commanded 2 squadrons, and so I really enjoyed the people part of the Air Force. I enjoyed solving problems and winning as a team. My first command was 365 people. I loved it, and we had maintenance and operations. And it was just, and we enjoyed it. Be part of a team that's winning, right? And that's how I looked at it. And then part of the invasion of Iraq, we were selected as the top squadron from continental U.S. For the in performance during the invasion of Iraq in 2003. To make a long story short, what's helped me out is I've studied Russia, I've studied China, I've studied Iran, I've studied terrorism, obviously, been in NATO. I had the nuclear codes as a general. So I feel like I got this pretty diverse national security background. I get elected to Congress now, which was probably my first love because I did that before I joined the Air Force.
Right.
And I'm on the Armed Services Committee now, and I feel like I got such a good background for the armed services side of it. There's 20 different committees. There's things that are very challenging for me because, well, financial stuff. Healthcare is pretty complicated. Being on the insurance side, you would know. But I feel very comfortable with the national security part of it, and I love weighing in and participating in national security issues.
Perfect. Is it my turn?
Yep.
Okay. So, out of being a father, general, congressman, husband, like, what's your favorite part?
In the end, I've really enjoyed being a grandfather right now. I have 8 grandkids. They live 10 minutes from the house. Ultimately, I try to prioritize. I'm a Christian first, an American second, then I'm a Republican way down here, right? That's how I sort of see my philosophy. But in the end, my family's got to be a favorite thing. And right now, I have eight grandkids from 2 to 13.
Nice.
And they are fun to have over.
I'll bet. Maybe someday I'll have grandkids.
I say if you're not ready yet, I advise at least be practicing. You never know what happens.
Let's see.
This is a PG rated.
Oh no, we're rated R.
Oh, rated R.
Okay. Yeah, we're explicit.
If you happen to drop an F-bomb, which I know you won't, but I might, it's okay.
Let's see what I lost. Okay, here we are. So how active are you, and do you plan to be more active in the fraternity and in your now that you're out of Congress?
Well, yes. Waterloo's a little bit of a drive for me from Papillion. Shriners is a lot closer, but I would like to get more involved. And I'd like to get more involved in my church. Being in D.C. 4 days a week takes a toll. I mean, you get elected because people know you, they like you, or they have trust in you. Then you're gone 4 days a week, and you do that for 10 years. You're like I feel it's time to get centered again in the community.
Yeah,
I like that. That's a good answer.
Who has been one of the most influential Masons in your journey so far?
Well, there's been tons of them. I mean, like I say, Hal Dobb was at the ceremony that I was in. James Wright brought me in, so he held me by the hand pretty much, took me to the first few meetings. Brooke Call has been a great friend up in the Waterloo. Brett Fever with CFO has been a great friend. But I can't really say one person. If I had to say one person, James Wright, because I probably would not have even thought about joining if it wasn't for him.
Great.
All right. So this question comes from our producer. Would you like to buy a gun raffle ticket?
Yeah, I'll do that. By the way, I like guns. I'm a Second Amendment guy.
Hey, we are too. We have a Marine and a Air National Guard. And
my favorite gun
a
is
Coastie?
the 30 millimeter on the A10. The GAU 8.
To a Marine, that is the sound of heaven.
I think to anybody that's the sound of heaven.
No, because that means your air support is here. We have arrived. Yeah.
So I was stationed at Davis Monthan for 11 years, and half the squadrons were A-10 squadrons, the other half were EC-130 squadrons. I was on the EC-130 side. But it was fun to see the A-10s flying around every day.
Yeah, that's a very, very awesome aircraft.
Yeah, I've only ever got to see one once, and I was at the air show a couple years ago, but that's it.
All right, well, we're going to change our format up a little bit, and we're going to take a break early, and then we'll be right back after hearing from these sponsors.
Your one-stop Masonic marketplace. You are the hero of this journey. We want to proudly stand behind you every step of the way. We want to enable you to go the extra mile in your Masonic travels. We want you to look your very best on every occasion. Investing in high-quality regalia shouldn't be a burden. We know you want to be better. We know you want to make a difference. We don't think you should compromise. Be your best. Visit bricksmasons.com today. demonstrate that love never ends through the commitment to support past and present service members, the communities that surround them, and the loved ones of those whom we will never forget. Visit deganpage.org for more information.
At Homeward Handyman Services, we pride ourselves on being honest and giving every job the attention it deserves. Owned and operated by a master mason with 2 decades of expertise in home repair. We are bonded and insured, and we carry the highest standards when it comes to taking care of your home. Whether you need a faucet changed or a light remodel, we can take care of your home improvement needs. Call Michael at 402-915-0824 today for a free estimate.
When it comes to something as important as insurance, it's imperative that you work with an agency who has an in-depth knowledge of multiple insurance products, companies, and guidelines, not just one. We are completely independent agents, and we work for your best interests. We are Mason-friendly. We have locations in Fremont and Elkhorn. We provide policies for virtually all of your personal and commercial needs, including health and dental. Visit our website at www.theinsurancecenterinc.com. We're available Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And we're back. That was a really long break. I think we heard from 100 sponsors.
Yeah,
Wish we had 100.
I wish.
All right, so we're back, and we've reached the open discussion. So somebody pop up a topic. Like we had a whole break to think about it.
Yeah.
What's your favorite sport, Don, to watch as a spectator?
I like football,
Do you?
but I enjoy watching baseball too. I used to play baseball, but it's action, and
Yeah.
I just wish the Cornhuskers were winning more. I was here as a major in the '90s when we won those championships, and when I came back as a general, not so much.
Yeah. Yeah, we had Raiola and Matt Rule played in a tournament at our golf course here a couple weeks ago. That was kind of fun.
Professionally, I like Chicago Bears, but that's been a hard team to watch as well lately.
They've never been the same since Jim McMahon.
Yeah, 1986, I watched the entire Super Bowl. Loved Walter Payton.
Yeah.
The defensive
fridge.
line, the 3 linebackers were the best in football. Singletary, Otis Wilson, Marshall. Yeah.
So if you guys watching don't know about the Bears Super Bowl team, go and on YouTube and search the Super Bowl Shuffle. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
You won't regret it.
I'm excited though. Chicago Cubs are in first place right now.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Yes, they're doing really well.
Yeah. So
That means hell's gonna freeze over.
So otherwise, I'm a Nebraska College fan, Creighton, but professionally, it's Chicago sports.
Okay. I'm not much of a sports guy. I'm a car guy.
Yeah.
If it makes loud noises and leaves 2 black strips on the street, I'm all over it.
You know, I've never watched racing, but I love fast cars, driving them. In Germany, I lived on the Autobahn, and I was going 135 miles an hour. I was legal.
Yeah.
I can do that in 4th gear in that vet over there.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, yes. And with those times when we take a trip outside of the United States
Yeah.
in a non-jurisdictional province. How's that? You like that?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Came up with that on the fly.
One of the things I enjoy doing is I have a Fat Boy Harley.
Oh, do you?
And I love country riding. Don't like riding in Omaha, but
Right.
country roads, going looking at the farms. I'm a farm kid growing up. So I love rural
Yeah.
motorcycle riding.
Yeah.
And the biker bars here are great.
Oh, they are.
Oh, people
All
are good
little
people.
small towns.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're really, most of them are like lawyers, CPAs. Mm-hmm. But they're in leather and riding a Harley that day.
Yep. Yeah, we used to live across the street from, what was the name of it? The Getaway in Manly.
Oh, yep.
Manly, Nebraska, down by Weeping Water. That was a pretty good little biker bar.
Yeah, I go by Weeping Water all the time.
Yeah. It's a great ride down Highway 50 down there. Nice and peaceful, straight. You can almost just set the cruise on the bike and fall asleep.
And one time I did go to a biker bar where there was a real biker gang in there.
Oh,
and they recognized me. And so the biker ladies came up to me and said, "You're going to do a shot with us?" And I go, "Yes, ma'am." I didn't think it was optional.
no, I would have taken that as a non-option.
So, besides that, what's your favorite type of music or musicians that you get into?
I like the old Rolling Stones, 1969 to 1972 era Rolling Stones. With Mick Taylor was the guitarist at that point, and then he moved on around 72 or 73. But he was a good lead guitar, and Keith Richards got a great rhythm guitar, and that was a good. My favorite era of music is right there. But I like a lot of the classic rock.
Nice.
I'm across the board. I love everything, except the really old like country my grandpa used to listen to. I'm okay with some of it, but there's one station in town here that plays it, and it's the same 13 songs over and over.
My wife likes country, so I have to be tolerant.
Yep, I listen to country, rock. I listen to heavy metal, you name it.
I'm AC/DC, Aerosmith. I'm all that, but I was raised in the late 70s, a teenager, and early 80s college, so that era of music's still my favorite.
Yep, I'm about 10 or 12 years behind you.
Yeah, I'm a hair band kind of 80s, 70s. Well, I like Kiss. I like AC/DC.
I remember 1985 being a second lieutenant at Offutt, listening to GNR. Guns N' Roses was in.
See, 1985, I think I was in the 3rd grade.
For the third time?
For the 3rd time. Well, isn't that why it was called 3rd grade?
Yeah.
So, is that when you started eating crayons?
Yes. Yes. You know, the crayon thing wasn't even a joke until like the 2000s. I was well out of the Marine Corps by the time they started eating crayons. We just shoved them up our nose.
I just hope people really aren't eating Tide Pods.
I really hope not.
You hear about it. They even got a warning on there, don't eat these. Like, you got to have that on a
It can't
detergent
really
box.
Can't taste good.
No.
Well, they did. They had that. What's that been about 4 or 5 years
Yeah,
ago?
it's been a
when
while.
they were, and that someone did it. Someone
Oh, that's
died
just
from
crazy.
it.
I mean, it just-
It was a
It was like a TikTok,
TikTok challenge, and they were doing it, and a couple kids died from it.
Yeah. Sadly, that was my generation.
It's sad. Really, I don't. What would make you want to eat laundry detergent? You know,
Yes.
I don't.
Which, by the way, if you want to make a TikTok challenge, make sure nobody's going to die. Don't be a dick.
Totally agree.
That's a bad move.
Right.
I mean, I could see if it's something embarrassing for somebody, but even then, it's kind of,
You get a lot of groupthink when you're younger, and people trying to show off.
yeah.
And then people try to one-up each other, and bad things happen.
Like that cinnamon challenge, eating a spoonful of cinnamon. I mean, you could literally suffocate on cinnamon.
It's powdery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's hydrophobic, so it.
But it's really good on buttered toast.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Some old cinnamon sugar toast.
Oh, French toast with cinnamon is pretty good, too.
Yeah.
Oh, French toast is your favorite.
Yeah, it is.
There's a couple of us here that probably haven't missed that.
So since I'm a car guy, Don, what would be your dream car?
Okay, I had a BMW in Germany. I loved it, and I know they have the ability to look like a family car, but they don't drive like a family car.
Right.
And so I had a BMW in Germany, and I don't have one now. But I think if I can get in a little better financial spot down the road, I'll probably get another BMW.
Okay.
And they're made in America.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I know Heath test drove one time as one of those, I don't know, a twin turbo or
yeah,
super.
they had a twin turbo V8 in it, and it was.
When I'm in Germany, you can go on the Autobahn 60 miles and hit 120 in about 5-7 seconds. It's just amazing burst of speed, and
Yeah.
the steering is tight. Love it.
So that in my Corvette out there, it's from the factory, it's a 187 mile an hour car, and it's not factory settings anymore. But we changed the gear ratio, so now it's only more like probably 165 miles an hour, but it gets there a lot quicker. So, and I never liked Corvettes until I had one. I was like, they're pretty cool.
Well, I know a lot of people with Corvettes on the campaign because there's the whole Corvette club. You're probably in it.
Yeah.
And so I know one guy with like 4 Corvettes. You're like, first of all, I'm not financially in that spot. I don't know how they do it, but whatever. But they are pretty.
Used Corvettes are not that expensive. Otherwise, I wouldn't have one. Actually, I inherited mine from my dad. We put some money into it, though.
I put some money into my car.
He's got a 72 Camaro in the garage.
Wow. One of my high school best friend had a Camaro growing up. When I was dating my wife, she had a Mustang. There was a lot of maintenance.
We have some ooze from the crowd, from the peanut gallery.
I like Mustangs.
By the way, that's the peanut gallery over there.
Okay.
Gabe sent me a message earlier today. He's like, is there room in the peanut gallery for me? So let's, oh yeah, you read the questions. You ready with your number generator?
You just want one?
Just one for now.
I sure hope this isn't Stump the Dummy.
Oh. One.
Number one.
No, that was the
literally
number.
number one.
Oh, well, that was easy.
All right. What is your favorite of your lodge's traditions?
I love about once every quarter we have a everybody brings in food, and I love the fried chicken there. It's always good. So I like
potluck.
the potluck dinners that we have at the Waterloo Lodge, and they're great. They taste great.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
We should do something like that.
So he brings in this fried chicken, and it is good. I don't know. I'm sure they buy it somewhere. I mean, already cooked, but it's got flavor. Like it's probably not good for my heart.
Most of these questions are.
It's deep fried chicken.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Most of these questions they're a guilty pleasure because I like to see what other guys are doing in their lodges.
I
So
thought-
then it helps our lodge too.
I was afraid you were going to say what was on page 42 of the manual. I would have got in trouble then.
All right, Gabe.
11.
11.
What do you wish everyone knew about the fraternity?
About their own fraternity?
No, about ours.
Yeah.
About ours?
Yeah.
Well, I think if you knew, well, we have tons of business leaders out in Waterloo, and a lot of them live in Valley, Bennington, but they all got pretty neat stories of how their companies and I really honor entrepreneurs who create their own businesses. I was a military guy, and I'm doing Congressman. Anybody that has to make a payroll and create a value for something and have been good at it, I admire that.
Yeah. Let's do one more.
9.
A lot of low numbers.
It's for low IQ people that they interview.
Is that because I'm sitting here?
No, it's me.
No.
What conspiracy theory took you most by surprise?
About Masons?
Ooh.
I never really knew of a particular conspiracy other than there was a cloud of that there were conspiracies there. But I never really took it serious because there's good people out here, and
Yeah.
I trust the judgment of the folks who. Well, it starts off. You got George Washington was in it.
Right.
Yeah, I mean Abraham Lincoln and George Washington are my two favorite presidents. And if Washington was in it, I happen to know he's a good man of faith too. He wouldn't have been in it if it was a bad thing. So right away, I said, well, George Washington was in it. If it's good for George, it's good for me.
Good philosophy.
Right.
By the way,
right.
if you've ever been to Mount Vernon,
I've not.
you really learn about the personality of George Washington being there.
Really?
I mean, he designed the house. It's a beautiful design. He designed the plantation, and it's just really you get to see. And he built it right over the Potomac, so you look into the Potomac. It's really a pretty spot.
That might be on the bucket list.
Put it on.
All right. So, anything that you want to say before we close the show?
No, I appreciate you invite me on. I'm sorry that it took a few months to
Oh, no.
organize.
I expected as much.
But part of the problem is we mentioned 4 days a week we're in DC.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and then they're trying to package up as much as they can, and I try to take Sundays off. So that leaves me 2 days back home to do stuff.
Right.
And so it can be a little frustrating
Yep.
for people wanting to get on our schedule.
All right. So, do you have any shout outs?
No.
Okay. Moving on. So my shout out is going to be to our real estate agent, Deb Ellis with Berkshire. She did a great job finding us an acreage real fast. And hopefully we'll get this place sold this weekend. Open house tomorrow. What about you, Don? Do you have any shout outs?
Well, I think about the folks in Texas. I mean, over 300 people probably got killed in that flood. And one of the congressmen I know, August Pfluger, a good friend of mine, Air Force guy, had 2 of his daughters there, but they were saved. And then there's a guy named Buddy Carter from Georgia, or he's down south. He had 2 of his granddaughters there, and thankfully they got rescued, but they lost a cousin. But 300 kids, primarily kids, but not, I mean, there were some adults and,
Yeah.
like counselors and things like that. You know, can you imagine going to a church camp? You're fat, dumb, and happy at 10 o'clock at night. It's not even raining. And then 10 inches of rain hits about 1 o'clock. And there's flood warnings, but they don't have a siren. And if you're a kid, you wake up and you got water in your cabin.
Yeah.
And that's what. And a lot of these cabins just got swept away. And then you got half the people they found and half are still missing. It's just heartbreaking. Couldn't imagine being a dad or a mom with that going on.
Yeah, it'd be tough. What about you, Jay?
My shout out would just be to the podcast listeners. We appreciate them. Thank you for listening to short ball podcast. We appreciate it.
Wouldn't be here without them.
Right?
Well, it probably would be,
Absolutely.
but it'd be a lot more boring.
right.
Remember, everything's better with bacon.
So, upcoming events. We have Lodge 288 is having their car show at the Hobby Lobby in Millard. Sunday, July 27th. So, from when this airs, that'll be, 2 weeks? Something like that.
Ish.
We will be recording there, and I think both of us are entering our cars again in the show. So that should be fun. And we are actually sponsoring the show, the car show this year. So some of that Patreon money we've gone to giving back to the Masonic community. So we're very, very happy that we were able to do that. Another one I have that's not on here is our Veterans Dinner that you are going to be a speaker at in November. I think November 8th.
Thanks for telling me.
Yeah, your people know. At least your scheduler knows.
You know, I did the you know how La Vista has the salute to the veterans? And I was the keynote speaker in 2016, the night after the election.
Ooh.
And I didn't sleep. And I remember getting ready to walk up there, and I didn't even know what I was going to say. There's 1,000 people there, and but we talked about Vietnam veterans in the end. But it's an experience I'll never forget.
Yeah, we will not have 1,000 people. We'll be lucky to have 100. But anyways, if you'd like to go and see Don speak, it's
Thank you.
the Saturday before Veterans Day. Please RSVP to Beehive Lodge or us here at the show. I might know the master and the senior warden. Maybe. And a past master. And a guy that's almost a master mason. Pretty much I know a lot of the guys there. We'll go with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, as always, we appreciate you guys watching and listening. Stay tuned next week for another episode. Until then, travel well, my brothers.
Yeah.